Hello guys, this is FlashX007 and today I'll be reviewing the 1:144 scale high grade Farsia. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so here's the Farsia, and honestly, if you're thinking what's different in my taste lately, I honestly thought that a few things that I got this month would be special or fun to build. However, in some places I was right, and in some places I was disappointed, but I'll discuss what I think about this at the end of the video. But for now, I just want to give you guys a little view of the detail if I can. If my lighting sucks, honestly, I'm trying to do different type of reviews because honestly I'm kind of busy sometimes, so I'm not always fortunate to get a daylight time to record. So what I'll be doing sometimes, maybe record at night using light. So that's why some of these reviews will be different for you guys. But anyways, yeah, so what we'll be covering first is details, proportions, and then articulation, the basic gist of it as normally. Okay, so here's the Farsia. In the background it's a little teacup flower. And basically for details, I just want to show you a few things, like the little clear piece on the chest and the eyes right there. I don't know if you guys can see it or if the light can bounce it off, but there's a little green shine right there. That's where the sticker is, and the overall back piece. And yeah, pretty much it's overall like a black slash pink slash light pink type of color scheme. So the black stuff is the inner frame, while this is like light purplish, I believe, and also pink or fuchsia, whichever one floats your boat. And that's basically it for that. So details pretty cool. Now what threw me off about this model was honestly, this is my hand and this is the model. Like, it's really small and it doesn't even feel like a high grade. The proportions are weird too. Like a few pieces are kind of correct in proportions, but then we see the shoulder armor and the hands and the arm overall, and I see and feel that some of it is improportionate, which kind of gives it an awkward feel in the long run. It's not really my taste, and I got the model entirely in different aspects, so I was kind of thrown off and disappointed by this. So yeah, but that's pretty much what I think about the proportions. But let's go over the articulation. For the articulation, the head, if I can just move the backpack, the head moves forward and back, side to side, but the back piece right there is blocking its way, so we'll just leave it as is. And speaking of back piece, it can move up and down, and that's pretty much it. The wings cannot move, but basically the same thing as always for the arm. It can turn 360, but that wing piece right there is blocking its way. And also separate movement right here. It can move differently, and also you can bend it, and this is how far it bends up. So probably 140 degree angle, I think, if I can guess correctly. And that's basically it for that. And also this wrist plate right here, the pink thing, it can also move. It's actually supposed to go sideways, but that kind of bugs my eye when I see it, so I tend to do it the other way around. So when the hand is like this, it kind of makes sense to me, at least. But yeah, that's basically it for that. And what else? For the waist, I don't think the waist can move, but let's see. Actually, it can turn 360, so that's a pretty surprise right there. And also, speaking of the waist, I didn't cover it in proportions, but look how skinny that waist is right there. And I thought it didn't move at all, so that's a surpriser right there. And also, it can actually move left and right, so that's pretty cool. And the next thing would be the skirts. It only has two in the front, and these can move slightly. They're on ball joints, and they're supposed to be at an angle like this. So yeah, I try to keep it like that. But yeah, that's what that does. And the next piece would be the tail. That does not move at all. that just stays in place, and you can also turn it into a weapon, but I'm not going to do that. That's entirely a stupid thing in my opinion that the high grade age vegan models have. Like, honestly, I don't know why you do that. Remove the tail and use it as a weapon. Like, what? Like, where did you come up with that, like, process, Bandai? Honestly, it's a pretty nice suggestion, considering it doesn't come with beam effects. But come on, that's just purely stupid. Honestly, like, there's no fiber in my body that will make me do that at all. So, for pose sakes, I might, but honestly, in terms of just what I generally do, that's not my type. So, I find that little gimmick entirely stupid. But, I digress. So, let's move to the leg. And basically, this is what the leg looks like when it's fully bent. It touches the backpack, but honestly, I'm not going to say that's 180. I can bend a little more here, but honestly, this armor right here is kind of blocking its way from moving any further. But that's pretty cool, honestly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For the legs, or the feet, it can turn 360. And honestly, the feet gets plastered onto the teacup if you want to pose it like that. So there's honestly no reason at all for this articulation, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So let us move forward to that little thing right there. Okay, so what we're going to cover next is this thing right here, and this would be like the flower teacup thing that it can use. And without making any pieces fall, I just want to pop it up. If you have an action base, just simply plug the action base piece on the bottom of the hole right there, and you can pose it like that. And that's pretty much the gimmick right there. And yeah, and honestly, for the bottom, again, without trying to prevent anything from falling, you can store the hands. It comes with 2 closed fists and 2 open fists. 2 open hands and 2 closed fists. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. The next thing would be these clear pieces. These are actually effect pieces that Bandai came up with for you to pose these flower bits. This thing does come with bits that you can pose. However, the material really sucks. You can't really have fun at all posing this. Honestly, I have really horrible difficulty trying to pose this flower bits using these things. Honestly, they really throw me off, and it was a really disappointment in my view. They should have come up with a better idea. I like the fact that they offered this, and this is actually why I got the model. I got the model because it would be great for posing and for photography, and also great for maybe like a unique project. But honestly, yeah, I'm really thrown off by it. I'm really disappointed by that. Honestly, these little clear pieces that they offered suck entirely. You can't really pose it that well, and they're kind of hard to bend and shape the way you want. And also, like, if you see right there, like the little crooked parts, that's just me trying to do the best I can with it. And honestly, it comes with 3 long ones, and you cut it yourself. So also, if they had like a better measurement option, that would have been cool as well. I might, in fact, since this is long, cut this one a little more, so makes more sense. But that's pretty much it for that. So I was really disappointed. But in terms of the flower bits are really detailed. As you can, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a little detail right there that you can paint and scribe in. So that's pretty cool for the most part. And honestly, again, there's some detail right here and clear piece. So that's basically it for this. But what we should do is pop the Farsia back on its little flower teacup, as I call it, and show you guys how that looks. Okay, so here it is in its final glory, and honestly, again, really hard to pose this with the flower bits and such. And honestly, the articulation is very limited when you plug it on. There's 2 pegs on the little flower teacup right there that the heels have holes for sticking on. So once you plug that in, it's basically going to stand up. You can make it lean as if it's like about to shoot its flower bits at you or something like that. But honestly, when it comes to the flower bits, it's very limited in articulation. So you can probably come up with useful things. I can probably come up with a few useful poses, but it's actually like frustrating. It really makes you break a sweat trying to work with the clear pieces and really trying to figure out how to do it correctly and properly. So overall, in terms of my final thoughts, I figured it would be a nice little addition to my age collection, which I'm considering moving on from. But anyways, I thought it would be a pretty nice addition to it, considering what it comes with, and I thought it would be worth it. So I was actually, in fact, greatly disappointed that actually the main reason why the model is most likely should be recommended sucks. So if you got this for the clear effects, I'm sorry, but you're probably going to get disappointed. And if you're not good, that means you're actually pretty good at it. This is entirely an opinionated review, so you might have better luck with it than I did. So there's a big difference right there. So that makes an incredible amount of difference. So if you're lucky with these and you can pose them the way you want, then by all means, you got a good model. But anyways, in my opinion, I was kind of disappointed by it, but honestly, after a few days of having it and careful consideration, I think I can move past the clear effects. And like I said, it'll break a sweat, but I can probably pose some nice things, nice pose displays with it. But overall, in the long run, I wish it would have had better thought into what they wanted to do with it. So Bandai, you made an oops, but it's livable. At least it's not the Rosen Zulu. I don't really want to give some hate if anybody has some Rosen Zulu fans out there, but honestly, that model is worse than this. How do you come up with brown and purple? Honestly, I just want to leave my little final comment about that right there. I mean, if you get that, you definitely need to customize it. If you leave it brown and purple, you have colorblind issues right there. But no offense, I'm just joking and just saying my opinion on the Rosen Zulu. But anyways, that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. This is FlashX007 signing out with a fuchsia model. Yes, if I did not have pink, I have pink now. So yeah, be confident, guys. Be confident. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it. FlashX007 signing out. Thanks for watching.